Welcome to my live stream for free tarot readings on Wednesday. It's about 7:30. I'll be staying here for better part of 2 hours. It kind of depends on how busy it gets. You are allowed one question per day per live, and it is completely free. But if you feel like you've gained something from it or you've enjoyed your reading, I always welcome a tip. Tips help me to build my channel. They help me to buy decks, and they help me with I am on Social Security, so this is my limited. I have limited income, so it just kind of gives me a little extra money, and that's always helpful. But like I said, they are free. Um, what else can I tell you? If you decide to, if you can't tip or you don't feel like you got what you wanted out of it, I'm sorry. If you didn't get anything out of it. But if you can't tip, you can also like and subscribe. That also helps me to bring more viewership to my channel, which is, of course, the goal of all YouTubers and probably other things too, TikTok and whatnot. Anyway, if you decide to tip after your reading, you have three options. I have a Venmo, a Cash App, and a PayPal account. The links for those are scrolling across the bottom of my screen. And I think that's all I have to say for tonight until we have our first person coming in. So I hope to see that person soon. Oh, I am using a different deck than what I have been using. This one is the Stained Glass Tarot. And it's a very pretty deck. I like it very much. I was using the Slavic Legends Tarot for the first week or so, and I just switched over to this one. I really want to get a Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot deck in this size because my little hands have a hard time with the regular size tarot deck as far as shuffling. So I do have the regular sized one. The Radiant Wise Spirit deck is probably my favorite deck. But as you can see, it's much larger because it's a standard tarot deck, and I'd like to get a smaller one. So that's something that is kind of in the future for me. Anyway, I'll just sit back and wait for someone to arrive for their reading, and um, I look forward to the evening with you. Oh, I forgot to mention that I have my little, this is a 3D printed little turtle that I got at I think it was like at a farmer's market actually. So he's my little mascot for the day. Welcome in, welcome in. If you'd like a reading, just go ahead and put your question in the chat and I'll be getting right to it. I know you're just dying to know what book I'm reading. I just downloaded this book, The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. It says down the bottom, it says, having the life you want by being present in the life you have. Sounds very inspirational. Hi, Adam. Welcome back in. How's it going? Oh, I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Been had a quiet day. Not all my days. Most of my days are pretty quiet. If you want to know, our big assignment today was message from Spirit. My big assignment today was I cleaned my refrigerator. Woo woo! Okay, so you would just like a message from Spirit, Adam. I'd be happy to do that for you. Adam would like a message from Spirit, something that would be encouraging or uplifting or useful, and something that is clear and helpful. A message from Spirit for Adam. All right, Adam, let's see what the message is. The first card that comes out is the Empress. That's a nice one. The second card that comes out is the Three of Cups reversed. And the third card that comes up is the Ace of Wands. So, I think that the message here is this is the time to stick close to home and to work on yeah, pretty much all my days are quiet, and to work on those things that are of your home. So, cleaning the house, cooking, enjoying, if you have a partner or family that you live with, enjoying your time with them, playing games with your family, just connecting with people in a very Empress sort of way, which is very much a Mother Earth kind of nurturing, kind of just really, what's what I'm looking for? Someone who truly is experiencing and enjoying the earthly pleasures, whatever they may be, the physical pleasures, beautiful garden and, just in decorating your home and for some reason working on, if you have like you're one of those people that like to work on old cars and fix them up, or motorcycles, vintage things, or working in the garage and building things. It kind of depends on what your thing is. But staying close to home, not so much socializing, not so much going out there and like what's what I'm looking for? Like networking, but rather staying at home and enjoying those pleasures and those comforts of home. So that would be your message. I do have a Five of Swords reversed on the bottom. So I think that you probably need a little break, a little reset, so that you can kind of recover from the hubbub of the world for a little while. Hope that's helpful, Adam. I hope that was a good message for you. You're welcome, Adam. It's always good to see you again. Go clean out your refrigerator. It's so much fun. It is great to rest. I'm retired, so my whole life is about resting, I guess. Thank you, Adam. The queue is open. If you have a question, please go ahead and post it in the chat. Hi there, Ari. Beautiful Aries princess. I like it. Ari, do you have a question? Just let me know your question. I'll go ahead and get started on it. Okay. My son is a beautiful Aries prince. Oh, I think I lost you, Ari. Hi, Marie. How are you? Marie, the queue's open. If you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. Marie, I feel that we've met before, haven't we? Because I remember your 4Xs. I'm pretty good. I was just talking to Adam earlier. He was asking me, and I said that I had a very exciting day cleaning out my refrigerator. Will Miles take any action towards me? Marie, did we talk about this before? Was it Miles or was it someone else? Will Miles take any action towards Marie? Are you? I'm going to ask you to put a time on that, like, because he may take action on you 20 years from now. So, like in the next year, in the next 6 months, by this weekend, like what? That would probably be narrowing it down a little bit would help. Yeah, when I get to the end of the month, I'm pretty much out of groceries. So my refrigerator and freezer are pretty empty, and that's usually when I clean it. In the next few months, okay. So let's see. Will Miles take any action in the next few months? Marie would like to know if Miles is going to get in contact with her in the next few months. Let's see what we got. So we got King of Swords, the Moon. I don't think you're meant to know, hon. And the Ten of Wands. Do you know when Miles' birthday is or what his sign is? I think just from this reading, 11/12, so he's a Scorpio. Okay, that explains the moon. I think that he's going to keep you guessing. He's kind of, because if I look at him as the King of Swords, so a mature man, so that's good. But the moon is like the unknown. But if there's one, and Scorpios love to be mysterious. And then we have the Ten of Wands, which is kind of there's a lot of hurdles that have to be jumped, not jumped. That's not the right thing. There's a lot of things that need to be conquered in the coming months. And in particular, he conquering one's thoughts, one's words, rather than one's actions. So I think that you're probably not going to be hearing from him anytime soon. I think that being a Scorpio, he is going to be all mysterious and hiding in the shadows. It doesn't mean you won't hear from him eventually, but I think it's going to be, it's the tarot does not want to give you a specific time. I don't see any timing cards here at all. So I'm sorry to not give you an answer you're probably looking for. But I'd say not in the next few months, possibly with the swords here in the spring, with this Ace of Swords here. So that would be, through the winter and into next year. But you never know with those Scorpios. They like to be mysterious. Just like between you and me, Scorpios love a good puzzle. They like trying to figure things out. So you be mysterious too. And that'll probably be helpful. You're welcome, Marie. Thanks for coming by again. Ah, yes. I have a Scorpio ascendant and a bunch of Aquarius. I love to shock people. Well, maybe a little tease, like if they're like on your Instagram or something, like maybe put a little something in there that might be intriguing to him, make him come out of the shadows, but not like directed at him. So there you go. Hi, Benita. How are you? Like four. I'm not sure what that means, Benita. I'm pretty good. I've been telling everybody that my big excitement for the day was cleaning out my refrigerator, cleaning or wiping all the shelves off and getting rid of all the crumbs and things. I stay out of trouble. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was a question and I just was too thick-headed to understand it or what. That's quite all right. Like four. I'm not sure even know what that means. I wonder what it means. Now I'm intrigued. Benita, do you have a question tonight? Hi, Queen Bean. What an interesting name. I'm not sure if Benita has a question, but Queen Bean, if you have one, you can certainly go ahead and post it in the chat and I'll help you out with that. Like numbers are just the numbers of like mine is like five. Yeah, I don't know what that is, Queen Bean. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you for sharing that with me. Okay, so Queen Bean, it looks like Benita has a question first. So you will be right after Benita if you would like a reading. So let's see. How will Sean feel when he sees that I have not showed up at his aunt's birthday party? Ooh. I feel he is hoping to see me there, and I informed his cousin that our family cannot make it. What's Sean going to think when Benita doesn't show up for the party? How would that affect him? Let's see. The intrigue here. Wow. Okay, Sean. What do you think of Benita not showing up? Were you hoping to see her? Let's see. Ooh. The Fool. The Devil. Wow. Some major arcanas here popping out. And the Emperor reversed. Well, I think he's going to feel a little deflated. Like, ah. And I think he feels like, here was my kind of like, how do I want to put this? Like you were going to be the person that was going to like hang out with him and make it more fun for you to be there. And the fact that you're not going to be there is a disappointment. He is disappointed. He's a little deflated. He does. I think that's going to make him start feeling he's going to be wondering why you're not there. Like, have you found something better to do? When I think of the Fool, I think of like a new challenge. And also like the Fool is like the naive, like, I don't know what to do with myself. And then the Devil is like, temptation. So, I have a vibe. Now, this is my vibe for this Benita, but I get the feeling he's going to wonder if there's someone else that you're interested in. And maybe that's making him feel a little insecure. Yeah, I agree. And I think he's feeling a little jealousy here, a little concerned about maybe there's other persons. So I don't know if you want to like fan that flame or what you want to do, but that would be what I have to say about that. I think he's going to feel a little lost and a little disappointed and start wondering if there's some competition out there. All right, Benita, thank you for coming back in again. Queen Bee, you are up. Or excuse me, Queen Bean. I'm going to call you Queen Bee. I can already feel it. Queen Bean, what's your question? Hi, Queen. Hi, Queen. So, let's see. So we got a queue here. And right now we have Queen Bean is next. And after Queen Bean, if you're interested, Queen, it would be after her. So there's our cue. Okay, Queen Bean. You just want to get kind of a general what is next for you. Any particular area of your life or just in general? Okay, Queen, I will, as soon as I get done with Queen Bean, I will go ahead and work on your question, okay? You're welcome, Benita. I hope to see you again soon. Queen Bean, what is next for Queen Bean in love? I don't know if you are old enough to remember, there used to be a series called The Love Boat. And there's a theme song that popped into my head as I was doing your shuffling for your question. You're welcome, Queen. I'm just going to throw that out for you, Queen Bean. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups. And the Five of Swords. Well, I would say in love, there's going to be a couple of dates coming up. One of them, one of them is going to be a little bit younger than you, and he's going to be more of an earthy person, kind of grounded, um, not not quick to make the move, but very reliable kind of guy. And then the other possible date is the Knight of Cups. And I should preface this by saying that these are not necessarily men or women. These are just the energies of people, whatever peoples you're attracted to. The Knight of Cups is going to be more of the romantic Sir Galahad kind of on a white horse comes charging in. He's all squishy and lovey and, and creative and artsy. So a couple of new possibilities coming in. Um, you do have the Five of Swords there, and you also have on the bottom you have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So this is with the Five of Swords, we're looking at possible conflict, so possible problems coming up with that. Um, so with that, the way I take it to mean is that you might enjoy a date or two with these people, but they're probably not going to be like long-term relationship material. Um, they may, if they know it, they may be very competitive for your hand. So that's kind of a cool thing if that's like your vibe that you're looking for. I will say that it's not going to be someone that you meet at work because of that Seven of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Pentacles is usually has to do with your work life. So yeah, a couple of good dates coming up. They may compete for your hand, or there may be some kind of conflict involved with that. One a little younger, one about your age. Yes, Queen, it is your turn. Thanks, Queen Bean. Thanks for coming in. So let me just scroll back up to your question, Queen. Let's see. Can you ask the cards if he wants to get married and have kids? This is someone you're seeing currently, I take it? Queen wants to know if he wants to get married and have kids. He wants to settle down. Are you thinking like if he doesn't that you're not going to waste any more time with him? Or are you just like kind of auditioning him for possible husband material? His name is Jaden. Does Jaden want to get married and have kids? I guess I should specify, does he want to get married and have kids with you? Does Jaden want to get married and have kids? Is that the vibe he's going for right now? Uh-oh, I lost someone. Queen, are you still in the room? It's showing that no one's here. Queen, are you in the room? Okay, it looked like I lost you for a minute. So, the Magician. He doesn't feel like he's ready, like he has he doesn't feel like he's reached a level of maturity and experience to be a husband and a father, would be the first thing that comes out there. Page of Wands reversed. And then finally, the Five of Wands reversed. Yeah, I would say that the answer at the moment is no. He is not. I think he's more, he's still a little young, a little immature. That would be a second question, Queen. I think that you have to decide whether or not you think he's worth having, and if you're willing to stick it out and see if he gets to a point where he's going to be marriage material. But right now he's not in that place. Whether he wants something long term, this question was specifically about whether he wants to get married and have children. So it's not going to answer that question. However, I do see the world on the bottom of the card. So the world is a good indication that things could be good ultimately, but not right now, if that makes sense. Um, Now, I do tell people this, tell everyone this, that if you have a second question, you can do one of two things. You can come back on Friday when I'm here again, or you can get a full reading, which the smallest of the full readings are $8. Thanks, Queen. I hope that was helpful to you. It may not have been what you wanted to hear, but at least it gives you something to work with on what you want to do going forward. Sometimes with these free readings, it's just one question, but sometimes what happens with it is when you ask a question, it makes you think of other things you want to know, go into it in more detail. And unfortunately, with the free readings, I do only do the one question. But if you'd like to go more in depth into the question, or if you want to do multiple questions, I do have options for you. I don't post them here in the free reading, but I have a 5 card reading, which is $8. I have a 7 card reading, which is $10. And then I have a 9 card reading, which means you can get 3 questions or one big question, and that is $12. But with the free readings, I'm only, they're free, they're completely free. There's no obligation, but if you'd like to tip, that always helps me out. So I appreciate that from people. And the tip can be anything. You can also like and subscribe. That helps my channel as well. As I'm sitting here, I'm listening to the cicadas singing outside. I always love that sound in the summertime, the cicadas calling out. Cicadas are kind of like scarabs in Egyptian mythology. They're a symbol of rebirth and regeneration. We are well into our first hour here with my live free readings. I usually am on for about 2 hours on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And the queue is open, and I'm ready to take your question. The only questions I don't answer are questions about medical or legal matters. We are rapidly coming to the end of our first hour here. It's sure been a lot of fun seeing some new faces, seeing some familiar faces. Um, I always appreciate and enjoy each and every one of you when you come in. I appreciate what you do for me, and I hope that you're gaining something from this experience. I have scheduled one more hour, but depending on things go, it may go longer, it may go shorter. But finishing up the first hour now and jumping into the second hour of free tarot readings here on In the Garden Tarot. Hi, or is it Arpita? It's nice to meet you. Are you here for a reading? Let me know your question. I'll be happy to answer it for you. Okay, Arpita, I'm ready when you are. Is there any change can happen in my life? I just woke up and feeling different. Can't point at one thing now. So are you wanting to know if something's going to change and you're not sure, or are you feeling like something's changed but you're not sure what it is? Okay, so Arpita has a feeling that something's going to change very soon and in the upcoming days, and they would like to get some kind of guidance on what those changes might be. So let's see what the cards have to say about that. Okay, so um, are you wanting to know, because that's two different questions from my point of view, and I only have one question when it's the free reading. It's just one question per night. So would you like me to find out what things she can be expected, you can expect to have changing, or do you want me to ask what you need to change? The first one. Okay. So what's that change that they just have a feeling is coming up? I think both of those are excellent questions, Arpita. I just only do one question for the free readings. So the Magician is the first card. The second one is the Two of Pentacles reversed. And the third is the Nine of Wands reversed. Arpita, I feel like, now are you going to school, or are you learning some, are you having an interest in wanting to learn more about something? Because the vibe I'm getting here, when I look at the Magician is the person that's kind of, they have mastered the skills that they need. Um, and with the reverse, it's more of an indication. Yeah, it's an indication that there's something that you're wanting to learn or master that you haven't quite done yet. That is the way I interpret that Magician reversed. And then after that, we have the Two of Pentacles. So with the Two of Pentacles reversed, the one thing to keep in mind, first of all, I want to tell you that there are things that you have a talent for, and you need to focus. You need to think about, what am I talented at? And when you look at the Two of Pentacles reversed, it's like you need to look and see what you're talented at and what interests you. And then you need to make a decision about there, because there may be many talents. Which one are you going to pursue? Because it's going to be hard to do more than one thing. It's like whatever it is that you want to increase your knowledge on, it's going to take a lot of time and energy. So try not to be, are you like me where it's like, well, there's like a million things I want to do? Because if you're a kind of person who like multitask all the time and wants to learn a lot of things a little bit, what this is suggesting to you is that instead of wanting to learn a little, having a breadth of knowledge, to develop a depth of knowledge on one particular subject, whatever that is. And that's going to be very much tied to what talents you already have or interests you already have. And then with the Nine of Wands reversed, the barriers that were there are going away. They're being taken down. It's like, if you imagine like at a carnival where you have the little gun where you shoot down the little targets, those barriers are like ching, ching, ching. You're knocking all those barriers down. Yeah. So I think that the barriers that were in front of you before are going away or have gone away. And what you need to do now is concentrate on one particular thing that and learn to do it, have a great depth of understanding and learn to do it well, whatever that is. Um, we do have the Queen of Wands reversed here. So when we look at the Queen of Wands, we're looking at someone who might be interested in um, like you might be like an to use an example, not saying that this is your thing, but like you might be a talent agent. So you've got all the charisma and the communication skills, and you support or you represent something or someone else because you've got the goods to be able to put it in the best light. So the Queen of Wands is someone who has some skills in like networking, communicating with other people, but not necessarily for yourself, but for other people, but for others. Also, someone who might have some kind of talent in the arts, particularly theater or politics. That sounds so bizarre to me as I'm saying it. So I don't know if that really resonates with you or whether I'm just like giving examples of things. So think about something that maybe it could be something you've already kind of dabbled with. Okay, interesting. Because we talked about communication and representing other people and possibly getting involved in politics or the arts in some like capacity. Maybe not, I'm not as an actress. So think about that. Okay, very, very interesting. So think about that. Um, Settle on something. I think once you settle on something and stick with it, you're going to reap a lot of benefits from it. That is super interesting. Thank you for sharing that with me because it's always nice to see that there's a connection there with the person that's helpful information. So it looks like you've got some decisions to make. Yeah. Well, I think that if you apply yourself to the one thing, whatever it is, and really make yourself an expert at it, develop the depth, that you'll feel a little bit more confident, probably a lot more confident. And you know what else? I don't know how old you are, Arpita, but I will tell you that confidence also comes with age. The person I was 40 years ago is not the person I am today. Well, I'll be curious to see what you end up with. Yeah, you're kind of you're getting into that terror. You're going to start feeling more, I don't know, I'm randomly speaking here because I don't know, but like when I got into my early 30s, I would say that I was still feeling pretty insecure, but that was more about the damaging relationships that I had been involved in. But as I got into, I'd say like into my 40s, as I got older, it got easier. I was able to be more confident. But again, I think what really brings the confidence is that you develop this real depth in a particular area where you're sure of what you know and you're sure of what you're offering to people. Yeah. Mine too, girl. Well, I'm assuming you're a lady. I don't know. Mine too. It's funny how much we're affected by the things that happened when we were young or didn't happen. Yeah. Remember, you don't have to be in the spotlight. Like, for example, if you decide to pursue the law, yeah, you don't have to be like in a courtroom. You can be a research attorney, which is a very valuable position and very much wanted, and yet you're not having to interact with people as much. You're welcome, Arpita. Thanks for coming in. I hope to see you again soon. Good. I wasn't sure because you talked about like you didn't feel confident. So I thought maybe you meant that like you didn't like interacting with people. I like interacting with people, but um, I really enjoy it quite a bit, but only to a certain point, you know. My energy will get drained if I spend too much time. If that I don't know if that even makes sense. So I wouldn't say I'm an introvert, like I need to be alone all the time, but um, I always say I like to visit my social life. I don't like my social life coming into my home. I like to go out and visit it when I feel like I want to interact with people. But I do enjoy it. I talk to complete strangers. I can talk to an auditorium full of people and not be nervous. I just never have been nervous in front of people. But like if I'm at a party where I don't know anyone, where there's no one I can like cling to, I'm a different person. I'm quite uncomfortable. If I'm at a party, I have to have something to do, like, bring food out or clean up or something like that. Yeah. Well, it's good that you're self aware of that. You're self aware enough to know that that's something you need to be working on. There's a lot of people out in the world that just haven't taken the time to really reflect. Going back to the law idea, there are people who are advocates, like they work as advocates for like juveniles in the courts and things of that nature. I think that would be along the lines of social work, if I'm not mistaken. But there are other things in the law that might be more suitable to you. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Having the right people in your life is important. I think for me, it was embracing who I was, that even though I wasn't like I'm super, I wouldn't say this sounds so negative. Like I have opinions and I'm happy to share them. And I am not like what a woman was supposed to be for my age. Um, and I had to learn to be okay with the fact that I'm not going to fit into the mold and that that is okay. Yeah, I'm just saying that if law was one of your interests, I'm not saying that you should choose that one. You'll have to decide which one to choose. But you mentioned law, and I just know there's other jobs besides being a lawyer or a legal assistant that still have to do with the law. And I also like, and um, and I don't know the names of the terminology, but there's people who are helpers for the judge in a courtroom. I don't know what they're called. Um, there are people there used to be an organization called CASA, and CASA were people who would represent children's interests when they were involved in court proceedings, or women's interests and things like that. So there's more to it than just being a lawyer in a courtroom. And if you don't want to be a lawyer, but you still like the law, then maybe that's something to explore. But I'm not advocating that you have to be a lawyer or be involved with the law. You could be an assistant or help or researcher for like a congressman. There's a lot of ways to go depending on what your interests are. Yeah. Look into it. There's a lot of options out there for you. I don't know if this will help you, Arpita, but I think just about everybody feels the way you feel about your age. It's a big turning point, I think, in someone's life, that particular age time. Oh, you're welcome. I am kind. But you know what I always tell people? I am a mean mommy though. I'm the mommy that's gonna tell you like it is. But um yeah. I enjoy people. I enjoy being able to help them for sure. Glad to see you laugh. The queue is open if anyone would like to post a question. Oh, well, thank you, Arpita. If you want to like and then on the little bell icon, just pick all and it should let you know when I'm on. I'm on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for sure. And that usually I'll announce ahead of time. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do sometimes do a surprise pop up. I was just thinking, I don't know if it's hard for me to tell, but it looks like there's three people in here. And I almost want to play a game with everybody. Where I am, it's central. I don't know if you're in the same country, but it's central U.S. So for me, it's about 8:45. So yeah, you're over the other side of the world, aren't you? Like I used to live in China and it was about a 12-hour difference. Yeah, so 8:43 p.m. on Wednesday. That's what it is for me today. You're in India. What part of India? Like north, south? Oh, it's Thursday, so it's 12 hours from now. Okay, that's interesting. I think that there are a lot of I was in college I was an art major, and there are a lot of things in India that I would love to see and do, but I think it's the climate is probably too hard for me. West India, okay. I don't think I could take the climate. I know the climate, it's not the same climate everywhere in the country, but I don't think I have what it takes to travel that far and then to travel around such a large country. Maybe when I was younger. I really like there's such a diversity of people in India, different um, religions, different philosophies, and I think that's so interesting. It's such an ancient country, you know. There was one group, and I don't know what group they are. I want to say they're Sikh. I'm not sure, but they have this place where I think it's called the Golden Temple, and they make food and feed everybody. That's what they do every day is they make food and feed anyone that comes. And I think that's just such a lovely thing. Yeah, I think that's really cool. A lot of beautiful things. I like bright colors, so I think that a lot of beautiful things in India, including people, beautiful people. Anyway, I'm babbling on about foreign countries. It's like we have church. Is Gurdwana, is that a part of the country or is that a particular group of people? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So that's part of their religion. I don't know. I just think that's really beautiful. Yeah. All right. Bye bye. Good luck. We're coming up on the hour here. My free tarot readings this Wednesday evening as I sit here in listening to the cicadas singing to each other, looking for love. It's been so hot here, as in a lot of parts of the country. But I am coming up on my final hour here, if you can believe that. And then, we'll see who comes in. If we get real busy towards the end of the hour, I'll certainly be here. I'm not going to say, sorry, I won't do your reading if it's like 1 minute before the 2 hour mark. But anyway, I always meet a lot of interesting people and I enjoy talking to them while I'm here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Sure, verified rock star. A message from Holy Spirit. Do you want a message in a particular area of your life or just like any message? Verified would like to have a message from Holy Spirit. General. Great. Verified is looking for a message. Any message at all that would be helpful, clear, and encouraging. Okay. Three of Swords is the first one that comes out, followed by the Queen of Swords. She's upright. And Temperance. So the message that how I interpret this message right now is you also have the Three of Pentacles reversed on the bottom. So the way I'm interpreting this is that the group of people that you've got a 3 and a 3, the group of people that you have been associating with, whether it's career or family, I'm not really sure on that. I'm kind of leaning towards like a project. There's been some a little bit of unpleasantness and discomfort going on there. You have kept your head screwed on straight though, with you being the Queen of Swords. You kept clear-headed about it and really analyzing the situation and trying to see it in the best light. And I think that the message here with the Temperance card is that because of your efforts, balance will return to the situation, that the energy will start to flow the right way in the near future. And kudos to you for keeping it together while this is going on. I hope that whatever is going on isn't too uncomfortable and sad. Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, there's I know that Three of Swords can be seen as a negative card, and the Three of Pentacles reversed also could be considered negative. But you do have a lot of really positive energy going on here too. I have to ask, where does the name Verified Rock Star come from? That's such an intriguing name. I'm glad that you're keeping you're doing the right thing. You're keeping clear-headed about things, and that can be very hard. It'll be better. It's going to get better. Hi, Chrissy, Chrissy, Chrissy. Absolutely, Chrissy. Verified rock star. Thank you so much for coming in. Chrissy, what's your question?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Siri thought I said Siri. Did you hear that? Oh, okay. What's coming towards you in love? Okay, Chrissy, I can answer that question, but I would like you to give me a time frame because, you know, it was nice to meet you. Thank you. Because, yeah, love could be coming towards you in the next 50 years, this weekend, in the next few months. Give me a time frame for what's coming towards you in love. Hi, Lawrence Unbothered. I am in the middle of doing Chrissy's reading, and I will get you right after her. Okay, so Chrissy, are you looking for a particular time frame? Okay. Okay, so Chrissy is wanting to know what's coming toward her in love within the next year. So Chrissy, I take it from your question that you would like to be in a relationship. So Knight of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords reversed, and we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom. Well, you do have someone that's going to be coming in. When we look at the Knight of Cups, he's like the one that most fits the image of the hero, the white knight coming on his horse to save you, and the damsel in distress. He would be a very creative person, intuitive, sensitive, not afraid of emotion, and he has a lot to offer on that. However, what he doesn't have to offer is much in the way of money. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed here, and we also have the Ace of Swords reversed. So he may not, we'll have to see, but he's probably not going to be a big talker. Like if you're looking for interesting conversations about a variety of topics, that's probably going to come from another source rather than this romantic partner. Um, and also, he is probably, especially with being a cups person, he's probably not as into making money. So he's not going to be someone who's going to be like this big man on campus, kind of successful financial. So if you're okay with that, it could be a really lovely relationship. With cups, I want to say that this is most likely someone that you will meet in the fall, so possibly very soon. All right, Chrissy, thank you so much for coming in and getting a reading. I'm going to go ahead and go to Lauren is Unbothered. Chrissy, I hope that love finds you very soon. Lauren, so your question is, how's Dave, the Cancer man, thinking about me, Lauren, the Sagittarius? We talked for 3 hours in person before. I just had a dream about him and you. Interesting. Interesting. Lauren, would you say you're a typical Sagittarius? Like to travel, like to keep busy and doing things, very philosophical. Dave. How's Dave the Cancer feel about Lauren the Sagittarius? Okay. So I imagine Dave the Cancer might find you very intriguing because you're very different from him. Let's see. How does Dave the Cancer feel about Lauren? Let's see what we got here. Well, we have the High Priestess. So you were definitely an object of worship for him. We have the Four of Swords reversed. And you're someone that's going to as a Cancer, they do tend to, what's the word I'm looking for? Wallow, like get stuck in the mud about things. And so you're definitely someone who can pull them out of like that wallowing way of being and getting out more into the world and more expressed, and that's a good positive thing. And then you have the Page of Pentacles. So let me ask one of two things. Is he younger than you? Or does he have children? Because we have this Page of Pentacles coming in here. Okay, so he's younger than you or he has children? Which one is the yes to? Or is it both? I don't know. I think that one thing you'll have to be aware of, is that he's a Cancer. So Cancer's, of course, I don't know his ascendant or his other planets in his chart, so that does have an effect. So it's not all just about their sunshine. But I will say Cancers in general are homebodies, and they are very much about making a beautiful home for their loved ones. So I feel like he is going to he might hold you back a little bit. It might be a good thing. The message here is like what he's bringing to the relationship is groundedness and settledness. So it is still open Ravija, as soon as I get finished with Lauren's, I'll jump into yours. Yeah. So that being said, I think that this could be a very interesting relationship for both of you. And I think that he is interested in you. But you'll need to think about this idea of what love means to a Cancer and whether that's going to vibe with what you want out of a relationship. Okay? Okay, Lauren, that's what I have for you on this. I certainly hope that was helpful. You did have the Judgment card reversed on the bottom, which just very quickly would be like things are still in progress. So things are not concluded yet. They're not like solidified. So we'll see. I'm trying to think. I think you are mutable and he is cardinal. So maybe you two could be good good partners in business too. Because you're the flexible person with the ideas and he's the cardinal one that makes them happen. Okay. Thank you so much, Lauren. Rajvija, I'm sorry if I'm mangling your name. I'm ready for you now. So I can't remember whether or not. Hi, Planty. Hey, welcome back, Planty. I was just starting Rajvita's reading, but if you want to sit tight, I'll be with you right after that. Rajvita, can you tell me what your question is? Yes, Planty, I remember you. Would like to know what's coming in love. I like one of my friends. Her name is Apurva. Is it good to go with that? Okay. So you're wanting to know if Apurva is a possible romantic partner for you. Is Apurva a romantic partner for Rajvita? What are the possibilities here? What's the energy of this relationship? All right. What is the energy here? So we have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Wands. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. I don't think that there's going to be a chance of a romantic relationship anytime soon. There is some kind of relationship, and things are moving positively for you, but I don't see an indication of a particular relationship coming to be. When we look at the Six of Pentacles, we're looking at someone who is receiving. They're on the receiving end of some charity, of someone like wanting to help them out. And with the Nine of Wands, we see someone who is struggling with a lot of different things, and they are wanting to kind of get a rest and a break. But we do have the Wheel of Fortune upright, which is good, which means that whatever is happening right now, you're on an upswing. You're on an energetic upswing right now, so things should go better for you. But as far as with that particular person, it's not really answering that question in particular right now. So things are definitely getting better for you. But I don't know that the relationship in particular is going to be the one. Okay, Rajvita, thank you so much for coming in. Planty. And then after Planty is Little Baby. So Little Baby, I'm going to write my cue here. So I have Planty next. And then after Planty, I'll have Little Baby. You're welcome, hon. So, Planty, you're still conflicted about Matt's feelings towards you. That's not a question. So, can you like maybe put that in the form of a question? I don't remember our conversation precisely. So we have Ravita, Planty, and the little. Oh, is this your reading? If you want it to be, it is your turn. Or are you just telling? Oh, I see. You were just letting me know what was going on. Okay. So what's your question, Planty? I remember us having a conversation about plants and how they're like having pets and things like that. What's going on in his head? What is going on in Matt's head? My goodness, Planty really wants to know what's going on in this guy's head. What's going on in Matt's head? Planty wants to know. All right. What's going on in Matt's head? Planty wants to know. Planty wants to know. What's going on in his head is he is wanting some recognition for all he's doing. Was Matt, hi Priya, was Matt the one that I was saying that was more like focused on work right now? And then the Queen of Pentacles. And then Planty, also, if you know your sign, let me know what your sign is. Priya, I'm going to put the cue up. I'm working on Planty's right now. After Planty is little baby. Okay, well, Planty, what's the question? And then after little baby will be you, Priya. What are his intentions with you right now? Okay. So what are Matt's intentions with Planty right now? Matt's intentions with Planty. Matt's intentions with Planty. All right, let's see what Matt's intentions are. Planty, I don't think you're really on the menu right now. I really think that his head is elsewhere and not necessarily romantically. It's more about something else. Yeah, but right now I see the Two of Wands reversed. So, there's some kind of decision that needs to be made that maybe hasn't been made yet. We have the Six of Swords, which is about taking a spiritual journey. Journeying across water is often an indication of moving on to a new level of consciousness. And then we have the Seven of Swords, which is a very negative card. It's very much about someone taking something from you that you didn't want them to have like a theft of resources. So I just don't think that it's what's going on with him right now. He's got other stuff in his head, hun. I think what he's got going on with you right now is he's got other stuff going on that's occupying his mind. Oh, Planty, it doesn't show me comments that you retract on this app. It's called StreamYard. So if you retract something on YouTube, it doesn't show me that it's been retracted. So my advice to you is you need to check in with what are his needs right now, rather than what does he think? Is he thinking about me? What is he thinking about me? Because that's rather one-sided. I mean, if you really want to be in a relationship with him, you have to think about where he is and meet him where he's at. Okay, so I'm not sure if they're still here, but little baby, you are up. If you are still in the room, little baby, please put your question up there. I'll give you, hi, little baby, what's your question? Goodbye. What's your question, little baby? Yes, Rebecca, right now I've got, let me put you in the queue. Right now we have little baby, and then Priya, if she's still here, and then you would be after Priya. What's Scorpio male thinking when it comes to me or us? No contact, but we're still in a spiritual connection. We've known each other for a while. Okay. What does the Scorpio male what is his attitude? What's he thinking with regard to their relationship? They have a spiritual connection still. And how is that affecting that? All right. 10 of Wands. He's kind of, with the 10 of Wands and then right after that, the Death card, he is kind of relieved that things have settled down. Like whatever turmoil was going on in his life, that's settling down, and he's able to like take the next step. And with that next step, he's definitely wanting to sow some seeds and gather a harvest. So we also have the Four of Pentacles here. So he's wanting to establish himself, like solidly be established someplace rather than being all over the place. and he needs to do that in order to be able to plant some seeds and have a harvest. So I would say that he might be open now to developing the relationship now that he has kind of overcome some stuff. Little babe, I hope that helps. I'm going to go ahead and close out this, and I'm going to go to the next person in the queue. So we have now Priya. In the queue right now, we have Priya. Priya, if you're ready, it's time for your reading. And then after Priya is Rebecca. And then Sam. Sam, you would be after Rebecca. So Priya, if you're still with us, please go ahead and post your question. Sam, you are in the queue. You're good to go. Rebecca, if I don't hear from Priya in the next couple of minutes, we'll be moving on to you, if you are still here. Priya, are you here? Okay, it looks like Priya is not here. Rebecca, are you here? Rebecca? Rebecca, if you are here, please put your question in the chat. Becca, you are up. Sam, if I don't hear from Rebecca in the next few minutes, I will be going ahead and doing your reading, Sam. Rebecca, it's time for your reading. If you're here, please put your question in the chat. Last call for Rebecca. Last call for Rebecca. Okay, Sam, you are up. What is your question, Sam? Sam, you are up. What is your question? Divine guidance for you. In any particular area, Sam? Or just general divine guidance? Satyarn. Satyarn's just looking for some divine guidance tonight, something that would be helpful, encouraging, useful, practical. What guidance can I offer him? And if you will, if it's appropriate in the love life in particular, but we're accepting of any advice. Satyam. I'm sorry, I thought I saw an R there. Satyam. I saw in my mind's eye a pretty girl in pink, in like a pink sari, and she had a bicycle. I don't know if that's helpful. Okay, 4 of Wands, the Lovers reversed, and the Magician. King of Cups on the bottom. So I think Sam, that there is there someone already that you're interested in? Yes, Sierra, you can be added to the list. Is there someone you're already interested in, Sam? Does she like this? Okay, this is just because this is what popped into my mind. Does she like pink and or have a bike? Like a bicycle? Oh no. Well, then I don't think this might explain the Lovers reversed here. So I'm going to say you are blocked forever, but I'll tell you what, 4 of Wands is definitely about the contract of marriage, about building a home with someone. But I feel like that you, at least at the time that you knew her when she blocked you, you lacked maturity. You lacked whatever it was she thought was husband material. And that's why she rejected you. But that's changed now. It feels like you've kind of you've grown more mature and you've conquered more. The Magician is someone who is adept in all the things you need to be adept in order to be an adult in the world. And you have the King of Cups on the bottom. So definitely, this is a romantic person right here, someone who's willing to woo a woman. And so I feel like that in love, you are going to have some opportunities, maybe not with this young lady, because you've worked on yourself and you've grown up a little bit. So I hope that that was clarifying and helpful to you. My cards just fell on the ground here. Okay, so next up. And this is last, you'll probably be my last reading of the night. My next person here, if I can get my thing to work. Sierra, you are up. If you'll post your question, you will be my last reading of the night, Sierra. Sachem, I think that probably you're going to be looking elsewhere for a romantic partner. I don't think this one, unless for some reason she sees that you've changed, I don't think that she's going to be the one coming around. Rebecca, hi. Rebecca, I was calling for you and I wasn't getting an answer, so I moved on to Sierra and Priya. So Rebecca and Priya, I will go ahead and do your readings, but it's going to be after I do Sierra's reading. Rebecca, if you'll wait, and Priya, if you'll wait, I'll tell you when it's time for your reading, and when I tell you, then you can go ahead and post your question. Right now, I'm looking for Sierra to give me her question. Sierra? How does Cameron Hip view me currently after confessing my feelings to him? Oh, what was Cameron's reaction to Sierra confessing their feelings? What was Cameron's reaction to Sierra's confession of her feelings? Ooh, a very positive reaction with the Two of Cups coming up there in the middle. And the Three of Cups. So he definitely had a positive reaction to you. He definitely had a positive reaction to what you had to say to him. He's not sure if he is ready to start dating, but he definitely was very flattered by what you had to say, and he definitely wants to hang out with you. I feel like he's working on something. Like there's something he's working on that might be, it may be that there's a relationship that still hasn't been completely severed, or some kind of, maybe he's to travel for a job or something like that. But I don't know that he's ready right now to get romantic, but he definitely had a positive reaction to you, and would like to keep seeing you. All right. So Sierra, that is the second question, Sierra. This only applies to the question you asked. If you'd like to have additional questions answered, you can certainly come back on Friday when I do my next free readings, or you can purchase a full reading from me, and we can talk about that in a minute. Right now, let's see. So Rebecca and Priya, which one of you is actually here? I feel like you keep, on my end at least, you're like appearing and disappearing. So who's here? Okay, so Priya, what are the current feelings of Slibel for me? Priya, have you asked this question recently before? I feel like the last time we talked, you asked that question. And I'll go ahead and do the reading, but I will tell you, if you keep asking the same question over and over again, eventually you will get just nothing. You won't get any clear answers. So I'm going to ask, what are his current feelings towards you? But if it's only been a week or so, those feelings are probably not going to be all that changed. Okay, Rebecca, thanks for letting me know. Ten of Cups, Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles come out a lot. So, definitely good feelings towards you right at the moment. I feel like he is dealing with you on. Yeah, absolutely, Rebecca. You are right after Priya. So he's dealing with you on a more like a family level. Now, if I'm trying to remember, was he someone who was like a friend of the family, or am I confusing you with someone else? He's definitely has an emotional connection with you, and he's definitely looking. He's certainly in a place in his life where he's looking for the idea of starting a family. But with the Eight of Cups, we've got someone who doesn't have what they want out of life, and so they're kind of walking away from it all. They're kind of going on a spiritual journey and moving away. So I don't know what the state of your relationship is with each other, but I feel like that he is definitely on a spiritual journey, and he's definitely turning away from this idea of family right now. Um, and he's going to be focusing more on practical matters. You do have the World card on the bottom, so that is a positive card. But there's I'm really drawn to this Eight of Cups, which is very much about emotionally being dissatisfied. Maybe not with you in particular, but in life in general. They're just dissatisfied. They're not happy with what they've got going on right now. All right. So Priya, that is your reading. Thank you for coming in again. It's always good to see people coming back. And Rebecca, you are going to be my last reading of the night. And you're welcome, Priya. And you're asking, what is the outlook for selling our current home and buying a new one within the next year? Thank you for giving me a timeline. So Rebecca's wanting to know the outlook for selling their current home and buying a new home sometime in 2025. Is it on the market now, or is this something you're thinking about? New home. Selling an old home and getting a new home. What's the outlook on that? Rebecca, I'm posting that readings are closed, but it's not applied to you. It's just for anyone else that comes in. Housing. Thinking about selling their house and buying a new house. What's the outlook there? Ten of Cups. We just had that with Priya. Ten of Wands. Ooh, 2 tens right in a row. And Knight of Wands. With the Wands, we had talked about speed. And the Ten of Cups. There's definitely, with the Ten of Cups, you're definitely, I feel like you're going to stay there for a bit. And the Ten of Wands, because we have to kind of like, are you close to family, Rebecca? Are you living close to family? Like mom, dad, sisters, brothers? Okay. So are you moving, if you were to buy a new house, are you living close now? And then if you were to buy a new house, are you wanting to move away from family? Because when we have tens, we usually are looking at like the end of a cycle. So how long, it seems like you've been in this place that you're in right now, and it's like you have a community there, you have family there, and you're very settled and happy there. But then, and so that's that cycle right there. And then we have another thing, which is like the Ten of Wands, which is like, it's reversed. So it's like, I don't know if do you want to like shake all that up? Or do you just want to stay where you are? I get the feeling that you really don't want to shake all that up, because when it's going to be adding extra pressure and burden to like keep your house looking good and getting it on the market and looking for another house. And I'm sure that one offer would be contingent on the other offer. So I want to say that it probably would be best to sit tight for now, probably to the end of the year, and look at it again in the late spring, when school gets out again, because that's when a lot of people are looking and moving. And we have the Knight of Wands here at the end. I will say that when you do put it on the market, that you'll probably, if you wait on this, and then when you do put it in the market, you will get pretty swift action on that. So my answer is wait. I don't think it's a good time to put the house on the market. There's too much coming up. There's too much you've already got where you are, and it's going to kind of shake everything up. And I don't know if you want to do that right now. So, Rebecca, I do hope that that is a clear enough answer for you. And I'm sorry for the confusion with the internet. It can't make up its mind. I can't tell from where I am how well it's connecting. It appears to be connecting on my end. So I apologize if you felt like I was ignoring you. All right, Rebecca, you were my last reading of the evening. I hope you have a great night, and we're heading towards the weekend. Let's all pray for a good, nice weekend that's not so hot. Yeah, technology, right? All right, Rebecca, you have a good evening. I'm going to be signing off right now. Hope to see you again sometime.